Hey girl, hey, it's your girl Jay, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thanks so much for sliding through, and if you're returning, welcome back, girl. So if you've been keeping up, then you know I've been doing kind of like a fall series on the channel where I'm doing a lot of like warmer colors and just more cozy styles for the fall season, things that match easily with browns and beiges, burgundies, all of those things. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, make sure that you do stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe. So first things first, let's go ahead and get into what we're doing today. So today we're going to be mixing a few different colors together today. I'm working with a company called Ywigs. Now they did send me over quite a few bundles. They sent me over 4 bundles of their 4 and 30 mix, and then they sent me over 1 bundle of their 6, 13, 27 and 30 mix, and together we're gonna get something really, really beautiful. So I did pull a little bit of inspiration here today. I was looking at all of the curly hair girls, just seeing how they were able to make these colors really pop and how they had them layered and all this stuff like that. So we played around with it a little bit. Let's get into exactly the colors that we're going to be using today.
So no means to know, colors scare me so bad, but these are absolutely so beautiful. The one on the right is a 6, 13, 27 and 30 blend, and then the one on the left is the 4 and the 30 blend.
So yes, I do want to say thanks to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video. All right, so if you've seen any of my other crochet videos, then you know that I don't play. I get down when it comes to the braid down. I do not play. So let's go ahead and get into that now. You want to make sure that you are starting with a freshly washed and blown out head of hair. It's getting a little chilly outside, so my scalp is a little bit dry. That's one of the best things about crochet, like you can reach your scalp. So I'm going to be oiling my scalp while I have this in, and I am planning on having this style in for a little bit, so I'm really going to take my time when it comes to the braid down. Let's go ahead and get into that right now.
This braid down is dang near the most important part, because this is going to determine how the hair actually looks, how it lays, and by the time you do this, you need to know the look that you're going for. So I kind of want to do a minimal leave out. This hair is kind of blonde and brownish, and my hair is obviously not. So we are going to do some hiding of braids and just kind of blending the hair as much as I can. At this point, I'm a little indecisive if I want to cover it all up or not, but I just want to keep my options open. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up in a ponytail, and then I'm gonna braid across the top just so I can get this out the way.
So crochet lays pretty flat for the most part, but I do want to make sure that I have like a little bit of leave out in the front, and then I'm going to leave out a smidge in the middle just in case we do want to have like a middle part or anything like that. So this is our leave out across the top and then right here. So as far as the braid out concerns, everything is going back. Everything is going back. Well, we're going to have one braid along here, and then everything else is going back. So the first side is done. As you see, made the braids kind of loose because you want to have room for the crochet to get through them, and the braids that are actually on the scalp are going to be the braids that you would tie the crochet that you attach the crochet to. You don't want to do it on the parts that you flipped up, because those are like extremely loose. You see what I'm saying? Like they're super loose. You only want to attach it to the braids that are to the scalp. You want it to be kind of loose. And then if you see here, I have a tiny braid which is also very loose right along my leave out. This is because this is what your leave out is going to flip over, and it's harder for it to flip over like a chunky braid versus like a little small braid. Like I said, the crochet is going to lay really flat, but let's help it out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll be back for the installation process.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get down to the easy part. As you see, I already have my crochet hook nice and ready, and I'm gonna go ahead and unravel the crochet hair. This is how it looks when it comes. Now, I don't know if you've been under a rock or not, but this is what the crochet hair actually looks like. It's 2 thick pieces of hair conjoined on a single thread. This single thread is very, very sturdy. You don't have to worry about it popping or anything like that. It's very strong, and it makes it easy for you to slip in and out of the braids, and that thin string allows the hair to lie like really, really flat. So I like to do a no knot method. So I go through the braid, and then after I pull it back through, I just split that piece into 2 sections. One goes on one side and one goes on the other. Not only does this keep the hair reusable, it makes it super easy, and the takedown process is literally so easy. You just take the hair down like normal. And so with this method, I also don't have to look in the mirror the whole time. You can do this while sitting on a couch. You can do this while walking around. Doesn't matter. It's super, super simple. So I'm just gonna go up the length of the braid. I like to go up each braid vertically one by one, just so I can kind of gauge how much hair that I'm using. And as you see, it goes by really, really quick. Each bundle has about maybe 50 pieces in it. I believe it's like 50 or 60 pieces in it. And so I'm going to divvy it up amongst the braids. And yeah, that's pretty much how I'm going to do this. And then I am going to do this a little bit, and then I'll come back and show you my progress in like 2 seconds.
So this is what we got so far. I've only done like 2 of the braids back, and I've used about a half of a bundle. So I don't want too much blonde because it's gonna be like on me. Like, I have never done like blonde. So what I've been doing is like every like 5 or 6 pieces, I'll put in a piece of the blonde piece, and that's how I'm getting like this really pretty blend. So I'm gonna keep on going, and then I'm gonna show you everything once it comes together.
So seriously, I feel like I just cracked the code. This took me about 30 minutes to kind of figure out, because I was trying to find a way to like cover all of my hair, and it looked, you know, kind of like it's coming out of my scalp, more realistic. And I did it. Look, this looks so great. Of course, I'm going to show you how I done it. So first things first, this leave out section that I have here has to get braided up. So what you want to do is either a loose braid or an inverted braid, or what some people like to call like an invisible braid. So I'm going to go ahead and braid that up, and don't worry, we're going to hide the ends of it in the end, but go ahead and braid that part up. So then of course you see that smaller braid on the side. We're going to use this as like our anchor braid. I'm going to go ahead and crochet in about 7 or 8 pieces of hair on that braid, and then of course I'm going to crochet it on the braid in the front as well. Okay, so the next step, we need this braid to be kind of fluffy, just so like it kind of looks better coming out of the actual braid. I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of like fluff it up a little bit. You can use a comb or anything like that, it doesn't matter. And so of course we do have a braid hanging here, but the good thing about crochet is you can literally just crochet that somewhere in the back, and the hair is pretty big, so it'll cover it. You don't have to worry about it. And so after you've crocheted that hair in, this is what it should look like. You want to have a pretty good amount because you need to like kind of make a invisible part, if you will. So first things first, I'm going to start in the front. I'm going to crochet through the middle of the invisible braid. I'm going to start pulling that hair from the anchor braid over to our invisible braid, and then as you see, it's just going to lay over the top, just like so. You want to keep on doing that for the entire braid. So as you see, we are completely done, and it just gives the hair a whole lot more of a realistic feel. You cannot tell me I'm not a natural born blonde at this point. But yes, I just think it looks absolutely so good. It's perfect for my girls that want a 100% protective style. This hair is not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about it coming out or anything like that. So the last thing that I'm going to do is kind of fluff up the root of my part a little bit, just because my hair doesn't necessarily frizz like I would want it to. I think it's because I have a little bit of oil on there, but I'm just going to fluff up that part a little bit. Give it just a little bit of height, add to like the bigness of it. This hair is already super full, so I don't really have to do too much, but I just want to separate some of the curls and just really make it super big. This definitely makes me feel like Beyonce. I don't know, whatever I have blonde hair, I don't know, it just gives me a different vibe. And so I do want to go around and do a little bit of trimming. You have to be careful when you're trimming curly hair because you can get carried away trying to make it nice and round and stuff. But I say just play with it, fluff it up a little bit. And so now I'm just going to go in with a pair of scissors and just kind of like cut some of those straggly ends. I want it to look a little bit round. You want to be careful. You don't want to get too carried away. You got to remember, once you wet this hair, you have to be able to get it back to this shape. So just don't cut too much. I'm just cutting, like you see those little straggly ends. And just like that, we do have our final look. Doesn't it look so nice and full? After I done the cutting and everything, I just kind of fluffed it up some more, and that is it. I do want to say thanks again to Ywigs for sponsoring today's video, and I will see you in the next one.